Hey, it's Brian Terrian here from the Disability Digest. This video has my top 5 tips for what people need to do to get their disability benefits approved in 2022. Right? I put together this video because we're in a unique environment with disability offices closed, with the personnel at Social Security is like 6% off of what the normal body count is, so there's not as many people there, and the case counts are going up. The disability fees for representative have been flat for 12 years, and a lot of people are getting out of this work, making it difficult for people to find representation. So I want to teach you some of the things that you can do on your own to manage the process, save the legal fees, hopefully, get approved fast, or if you're using a disability representative, what you understand that you need to do to hold them accountable. So that's why I'm doing this. So here at the Disability Digest, we've been helping people do just this very thing since 2006. But in addition to that, we work with our 173,000 members that we have here to help them keep their benefits and maximize their benefits. So last thing is, if you're already approved, hang out, follow the video, because many of these steps for proving that you're disabled could apply for you when you get your disability review, right? Before we get started, if you haven't done so already, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell so you get all of the following information that will help you with this and many other topics. All right, so we have a lot to unpack here, and the top 5 tips start with understanding the process. It's like anything else, if you're looking at it, it's important, in my opinion, to understand what needs to be done through the process so that if you're doing it yourself and following the guidance that I'll give you, and I'll give you a tip at the end on how you can get information, more information from us to help you, but you still need to understand the process, whether you're going to do it or hire somebody to do it. Because if you hire somebody to do it, you don't know what the process is, how do you know? That's where a lot of people run into the problem. So a little bit more on that is understand how to explain that you're disabled. One of the common situations I've faced is when I ask people why they can't work, tell me about all the conditions that they have. Well, it's not the conditions that get you approved for disability, it's the limitations from your condition. So follow our work on this channel and you'll understand how to communicate if you're disabled in 2 sentences or less. What should be done at each step of the way? Initial application, you've already applied, you've got your paperwork done, you've got a doctor's visit coming up. What needs to be done at each step of the way? It's part of understanding the process. I think from a financial perspective, it's really critical that you find out what your check amount is, so that you know for financial planning purposes, like, what am I going to be getting? And also in that whole realm of things, like, what's the value of your benefits? And maybe that will help you put some emphasis or some value on following the tips that I gave you. Because if you're 50 years old and you're applying for disability and you're going to get roughly $20,000 in cash payments plus your Medicare, and that's the only money you can get until you're 62, I mean, simple math, that's $240,000 in cash. That's a big decision. And many people just go to their brother-in-law and say, oh, what do? I want to apply for disability. Brother-in-law says, give it a shot, try it on your own. If it doesn't work, hire somebody. Oh my God, that's the worst thing you can do for your case. So those are a few tips for getting started. I'm going to talk about doctoring next. Doctoring is critical because this is an evidence-based process. You need to prove that you're being treated for conditions that prevent you from being able to work. If you're not treated, it's difficult. So consistent treatment, no gaps, get everything treated, even like smaller conditions that maybe you don't think are important. Maybe it's IBS or depression or high blood pressure or whatever it is. Get them all treated because they're all part of the equation for this. from a doctor's perspective, you need to either do what you're told. This is my opinion. If they suggest to go to physical therapy, go to physical therapy. If they suggest take meds, take meds. If you don't do those, then work with your doctors to explain why, have them understand it, and put it in your medical records. What you don't want to have happen is have an unfulfilled directive. Have the doctor provide you with directions of something to do, and you didn't do it. Because Social Security can then say, well, you know, geez, if you'd gone to that physical therapy, you'd feel great now and you could be working. Okay, so be aware of that. Doctor support. There's specific forms that you'll learn about on this channel, or when you join us as a member, you can get them and print them off, bring them to your doctor. They fill them out, confirms that you're being treated, what your limitations are, their opinion on if you can work. Powerful, right? So you want to get doctor's support in writing with the specific forms, and know how to talk to your doctors. That's another thing that you'll learn, how to maximize your now 7-minute office visit. What to say to the doctors that goes to get in your medical records, that is going to prove that you have limitations from the conditions that you're treated for, so you can get approved for disability, right? All right. Now, next thing is kind of the strategy to go forward and get approved. Have a team. Definitely have a backup contact in place. And there's several reasons for that. The obvious is if you can't be contacted and somebody else is available, that's one. Two is if you're an individual out there that doesn't have really good computer skills or capabilities, the best way to do this right now is to use all of the online tools, and that requires like some type of communication mechanism. So if that's not something that you have in your skill set, find somebody that will help you, family member, friend, etc. It really needs to be somebody in your camp that can do this for you. And that's preventing a lot of people from getting their benefits right now. It's just that one simple thing. Some attorney tips. In my opinion, it's your choice here at the Disability Digest whether you want to do this on your own or you want to use somebody to help you. It doesn't matter to us. We show you both ways to do it. But I want you to keep in mind this one very important thing. A really good attorney cannot win a bad case. And the representation options that are out there, because of the reasons that I mentioned, are becoming smaller and smaller. So if you're a younger individual, some companies won't even represent you if you're under 45. They just won't, just age. And because there's so many cases, they don't have to. They just take the ones that are going to be easier to win. So keep in mind the steps that I provided for you and the other big picture things that will put your case in good shape, in attractive shape, so that maybe you are a younger individual or you have sporadic treatment, but you've got other things in place that are going to strengthen your ability to have your case looked at, not only by Social Security, but for representation if you should need it or choose to have it. Here is one of the biggest problems that people have, I see, is I call it the autopilot mentality. Talk to their brother-in-law. Brother-in-law says, apply. If you get denied, hire an attorney. They go and they hire an attorney. They don't understand the process. They don't know what the attorney's supposed to be doing, but they just figured, oh, I hired somebody. Got it all taken care of. It's far from the truth. So it goes back to the point that you need to stay involved in the process. If your case was denied at the initial application, you have the reconsideration appeal in most states. What is it that can be put in to that appeal that's going to make a difference and increase your odds of getting approved? And at the next level of appeal, as you get ready for you just need to know so that you are holding them accountable. Don't have that autopilot. I hired somebody. I got it all taken care of. You can do it, but I haven't seen it work. Okay. And by the way, you pay the same amount for an attorney, so why not have somebody do what they're supposed to be doing? Two more tips for you. Find something to do with your time while you're going through the approval process. It's just good for mental health and for your well-being. The remote control and sitting on the couch is really detrimental to people. I've seen it just really deteriorate individuals. Now, You can do some work while you're going through the approval process, but if you really want to win, give it your best shot, and you're trying to prove that you can't work, frankly, it's best not to work. I mean, you can earn up to, I think it's $1,420 now, somewhere around there. I don't even know the figure. I haven't committed to memory because I just steer people clear of that. But if you're earning more than $500, especially if you're under 50, really hard, going to be hard to get your case approved. So what do? You have to find a way to survive. We have tips on this channel to help you survive. But point is that working at this stage, you have to really weigh the pros and cons. So for finding something to do, that might be learning a language, might be volunteering, might be just simply picking up the phone and calling individuals that, could use a phone call. You can do that, even organized through companies. So last tip is this. You need to block out the noise. You need to get a game plan in place, like a sports team, and you need to run the plan, and you need to block out the noise from the brother-in-law and all the other people. I look at some of these groups out there, and people will ask questions, and then somebody with the experience of a party of one will reply, and I expect they're following this, and it's not right. So, we have a no-charge membership here. You can come in here. We have a course that will teach you what to do, what not to do as you go through the disability approval process. It's put together with industry experts, attorneys, non-attorneys, ex-Social Security employees, members that have contributed to it. You can do all of this for free. That advice is collected over all the time that we've been doing this. It has true real-life success stories. So point is, whether you use us or not, whatever information you use, make sure it's sound, proven strategy to get your income. And if you do it right and follow process, like the average person here at initial application, 47% of them get approved, and it's 9.6 months that they're paid. And that individual on average is 54.26 years old, and the average check amount is $1,350. So the information works that we use. If they have to go to a hearing, it's 24 point something months. And the overall win rate is 91% for the cases that we work on directly, using really the same information that we provide you. So stay in control, follow the process. I hope this will help you make a difference. I'd love to hear, hey, you know what? I got approved. This shortened my process by X amount of months. I got some extra back benefits. Love to hear your comments on this. Good luck in 2022 getting your disability benefits approved. This has been Brian Tarian from the Disability Digest. Make it a great day.